Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Got Cash Kid even in the building. It's happening. So yeah, welcome. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the show. Today we're just gonna be looking at some movies, some comic books. This is a chill session. Nothing heavy. Have this spinning in. Maybe on another time after I've gotten my internet way better than it is currently. You know, when I do that, I'll be back to talk about some more philosophy stuff. We can talk about some more of the. I got some physics stuff to talk to you guys. But first, I gotta learn my audience. I just gotta make my internet better, my internet connection better, my setup. I'm not really much of a content creator, to be honest. Much respect to the content creators. I much enjoy their content. But I am an artist, in the sense of a visual artist. I like mangas, and when I say I mean I like reading, I like writing them. I wish I could draw half as well as I would like to, but there's technology, AI, whatever you may feel about that. It enables me to write and create, produce, post online manga as a one-man team, basically. So, shout out to AI. This is like a Rosso's Basilisk to anybody who knows what that is. Yeah, so shout out to the AI overlords on the Heat-based Basilisk. But yeah, so today I want to check out two major comics, manga, a comic and a manga. I'm gonna check out one comic, one manga. Then in the remaining time, we're gonna talk about some of the movies I have on my hard drive. Some movies, some TV shows. Just take it and get to know each other better. Stuff like that. Later on, I will be dropping the link if you want to join the show and chop it up. Welcome. But as of right now, yeah, my internet is acting up. See, I'm using my phone as both my internet and my streaming software, my streaming platforms. It's doing as well as I'd expected. I just want to share my screen with you guys. So this is the cold right now. So you can just enjoy my beautiful face while I do this. And get the likes up, guys. I don't really care about the likes, I care about the dollars, but get the dollars up, then care about the likes. So I have a manga that I'm writing, and publishing. So that's the other part. So I'm writing and publishing. Should I not share my screen? But so the first issue is out, the first episode, if you will. It's out there, and I'll post a link in the chat. Dub is in the chat. Put a dub in the chat. If you are gonna cop the new manga, put a dub in the chat. Gonna be a loser. Yeah, man. So while I do this, let's just talk about it. I like Bucky. Bucky better. Bucky is one of those weird. It's a weird ritual. It's like straight out of a kid's imagination. It's like that dream you would have as a boy. What if I could fight what if I was the strongest man in the world, strongest boy in the world, whatever. And that's what Bucky taken seriously, taken to the, seriously. I was gonna say to the extreme, but with mangas like Dragon Ball Z and all that, I don't think you can say it's really that extreme. But there's, my favorite manga so far has been, the Bucky series. The Bucky series is just amazing. And the Hajime no Ippo, Hajime no Ippo has been, of course it's taking forever for the story to progress, but I heard the author is sick. Use AI, bro. Use AI. As long as we get the essence of the story, we get the soul. I don't really, I'd rather get the timely, everyday posts than having to wait forever. That's just me. Some others might disagree. So yeah, internet is bugging. Make sure you're getting this. But we're gonna do this, we're gonna keep at it regardless. Why? Because that's what we do. That's what we came to do. Do what we came to do. That's what we do. That's how I do it. If there's any audience members, tell me, do you like Bucky? So yes, wait, there's Bucky, that's the manga, and there's a comic book, The Fantastic Four, 2025. So it's a whole new series, I guess. The 2025 run. It's a whole new run. To do with the MCU. I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna have some MCU. But yeah, so I want to check that out too. I can, but no. Yeah, you're just gonna have to enjoy me enjoying it. Watch me watch it. But in this world nowadays, reactions and this and that, I don't think that's asking for too much. Is it? So now I'm in chapter 48 of the Bucky Rahen series. The Bucky Rahen series is after the big event. I think the big event, the whole series, the Bucky series, was leading to a fight between Bucky and his father. Right? And they had that fight in Bucky, son of Ogre. They had that fight, and no clear winner. The father won, but the son beat him with tricks, and so the father acknowledged the son basically, because even as they were leading up to the fight, they were making it clear that it's not really that much of a big. Bucky has moved on kinda in the whole deal. It's not really training to be strong just because of hate or vengeance or at some point he just it needed to happen. So and then it happened. I think I didn't really watch the Netflix series. I didn't really like it that much, so I didn't watch it. But I think that's where the series ended also. But after that, there's like 2 or 3 story arcs, right? There's I think first there was the sumo arc. Wait, was it the sumo? No. Before the sumo arc, there was the Miyamoto Musashi arc. Miyamoto Musashi. Yeah. So they brought back Miyamoto Musashi because why not? And the guy went around cleaving people up with invisible swords, bro. Which is crazy. But yeah, in the end, there was a kiss with an old woman involved, and a fight in the underground arena, this time with weapons included. And in the end, yeah, Musashi was put to rest again. And then they moved on to the sumo arc. Nomi no Sukune-san. I'm sure I'm butchering the name. But yeah, they went on to that arc where basically there was like a new master, sumo, what do they call it? Grandmaster, sumo grandmaster. Like he had to fight him. But yeah, but after all the build up and the teasers, the fight literally ended within what? 5 seconds? Something like 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Less than 10. Yeah. Then after that there was they brought another Pico up, and what was that about? They did another Pico up. But now it's Jack Hanma's biting. Jack Hanma is biting. I mean, it's brutal. It is brutal. This guy, it's so fantastic. Well, all the stories, they're so fantastic, but kind of ridiculous. They always have something to it. So like with the biting, it is true. I mean, biting is, Tyson, but Tyson beat, Evander Holyfield, and that's one of the most iconic, maybe infamous sports in combat, in modern combat sports type of whatever. So there is something to it, there's a fascination of biting and what kind of place it holds, if you will, with the honor, Say, how honorable can you be if you resort to biting? Seen as a woman thing and all this and all that. But Jack Hanma is saying, F that, screw that. I'm biting. I'm biting everything. I'm biting even animals. I don't like that. So, and he is basically devoting himself, devoting his martial arts to that idea. To him, it's pure. It's more pure. There's a whole idea of what is pure fighting when it comes to, in the backyard. The idea that if you're fighting for, say, money, power, even Miyamoto Musashi himself was really fighting for glory. He wasn't fighting for this honor code or this warrior's way, he was fighting basically for. He looked at Hanma Yujiro, the strongest creature on the planet, and all he could see was a mountain of gold and all the fame and everything that he could get after defeating him. But Hanma is pure, strength, raw strength, power of his own body, not fame, not money, influence, no, strength, power, stronger than the whole planet combined. That is the purity. And even when back he was fighting Hollywood. for this guy. This is all about. Yeah, the idea of purity. Like, Oliver was trying to set it up. Okay, let's have a show and invite everybody. They're trying to pull like an undisputed, you know. We're gonna invite everybody and people are gonna bet and all this and all that. But you're like, bro, this is a disaster. This is a fight. It's not all that pretty. It's not a dance. It's not a prom. We ain't gotta set it up. It's on site. Yeah. I'm really having trouble getting to share this with you. So I'm trying to do. I'm trying to share my screen, but my freaking internet sucks so bad. It's presenting to major challenge, more than a minor inconvenience. Major inconvenience. So how am I supposed to do this? I'm supposed to narrate this shit. We're going to talk about it alphabetically as well. That's super important. Okay. So, first off, I got Avengers Infinity War. Awesome. I remember seeing this in the theaters actually. Cape Town. Shout out to Derek and all the others. Bea and Tony.
Tino.
Bea, man. So I saw this in the theaters and it was glorious. It was epic. This was like I imagine how Lord of the Rings felt, you know, back then. I still haven't finished, you know, I haven't sat down to watch Lord of the Rings. I've seen it, I think I've seen it by now. Like, this is so much, I think I've seen the whole movie, but I don't think I've ever sat down to watch it. I've seen the Ralph Bakshi, yeah, the Ralph Bakshi, the animation, but I haven't seen the, but yeah, Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, this is Marvel. This is the MCU at its height, at its best, at its biggest, at its most spectacular. And this is it. You know, all the heroes, everybody who matters shows up at the end. Wait, I'm missing. Oh yes, because this Infinity War is better, in my opinion, than Endgame, and I don't think that's a very controversial opinion anyway. But I think it's better, and you know, it was just better executed, pacing from the start to the finish. It's a thrill. Or how are they gonna? You know, the question was, how are they gonna pull it off? How are they gonna bring all this through? You know, and they had built up Thanos as this huge baddie, you know, this big great villain. You're just so curious to see how they're gonna handle it, and they did it well. I think they were actually brave enough to let the villain win in the end of the movie. I don't think I've ever seen that, honest. Or if I saw it, it was way back then. Way back then, I think that was almost like a forgotten thing. And to let the audience sit in that, sit in the weight of the failure, It was such a huge failure to let the Avengers fail. Everybody broke his body. It's called to that. I think I actually shed a tear when it came to Peter Parker. Mr. Stark? Mr. Stark? I don't want to go. I don't. It is. Into that. Scarlett Johansson also acted her part out. I think also shed that tear then. It's not great to shed a tear. Especially just gotta pull on them heartstrings, you gotta tap them. But yeah, man, there was a great movie. Okay, one of my gripes with it, I hate it. Yeah, I do. I hate it. The marketing, the animation, the suit up was nasty. It was nasty. I mean, of all the suits, that was I know what they were trying to do, but the nanotech, and then the problem just went on from there. I mean, who told them that she was okay? Who said that she was good? Like him taking off the glasses right there, and then you see I don't know, you don't even see the glasses melting. It was like some whole Bollywood. It was more Bollywood than Hollywood. Yeah, but I like Parker when he showed up. I like I like Spidey. I like the it was okay. It was good. It was great. It was good. Ant-Man, I like seeing Wakanda fight, like lead the resistance against the invasion. I like having Wakanda being the forefront. It was nice. They came to the US, they came to New York, and it was surgical, in and out. They came there, they got the stone, they got the wizard attached to it as well, but they went there, they got the stone, they did the thing. But then when they went to Wakanda, that was where the fight was. I mean, even till the end, Thanos had to come to Wakanda. I'm saying come to Wakanda, but had to come to Africa. In the system, the part that I like about it. Basic. So even in the end, the Thor storyline, Thor was amazing. Just see them go from that. But the Thor storyline, the Guardians, the way the Russos, it was a masterpiece by the Russo brothers. And maybe it's the added advantage of having a brother who you work well together with, that they could bring up such a, bring all these elements to work together to bring something that great. But yeah, not much else to say. It was great. 8 out of 10. No, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It's not this thing. Next up, 355. 355. Now at this moment, 355. I mean, let's see. Yeah, 355. I think this was like was it like a Charlie's Angels type thing? I know it was some girls. Peter Young, Kristen Stewart. I like her. She's very bland sort of way. White girl bland sort of way. She's like, man, no, I mean, I have this movie, but I haven't even watched it. I don't know. Yeah, man, I'm just right now we're talking about the movies I have on my hard drive. Especially Shenado. So that's what I'm used to my phone. So yeah, that's Alien Romulus. I remember this one. Black robot, and it started off with kind of autistic, right? An autistic robot. It wasn't all there, something with charge or something. But specials about pregnancy. They tried to make the it's a very forgettable movie, man. It's a very forgettable. Nice enough. Serviceable. Maybe one day when I'm bored, something I will watch it again. Then I have Attack on Titan 2, End of the World. This is a weird one. It's a weird movie. Very weird. It's a live action based on the Attack on Titan thing. It's like a Japanese adaptation, low budget type thing. I don't know how low budget I can say it is because it does have some impressive titans and other animations, but obviously it's not that great. It wasn't like Godzilla, you know. Speaking of which, more on that later. But it's weird. It's a weird, quirky thing, but it's worth seeing in its own right. It doesn't very much stick to the canon, at least the one that I know. But it's okay. Blind Warner. This is one of those little action gems. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. Blind Warner. 2022. Chinese giant. It's about this girl, this SWAT officer, like foil the plans of these criminals that they were trying to take over the court. You know, there was a girl criminal trying to flee to save her lover. You know, help her escape. And then this guy followed the plans and ended up dying in the process. Later, you know, the crazy woman, criminal, wants to seek revenge, kidnaps the daughter, you know, the daughter of the police. But now he's like Daredevil. Yeah, it's basically the Chinese Daredevil. He's blind, but he can tell, you know, he can tell where things are by sound waves and stuff like that. Yeah, and he whoops at it's Chinese Daredevil without the Marvel powers. It's very nice. You have Boy Kills World. This is one of those that is just nice enough, but not that. And the boys, like mine, not lining up with anyone. What's his name? Skarsgård, the female Skarsgård. From the voice is not matching up, they put this base to cartoonish antics. It's okay. It's good action. It's okay. It's why. I tried. It's like they have like the Hunger Games type thing. It's just stick to something, right? Like stick to. Know what you want to be. Then we have Dexter. I have I've watched all of it. And I'm late to the party when it comes to Dexter. Really. And I think I tried to get into it many years ago. I found it too strange. But then, I've been through it. I have all of it. Where did I skip it? Cross 2024. I watched it. I remember Cross, the Tyler Perry one. I remember the Tyler Perry Cross movie. And that wasn't half bad. And people were saying, I never read the books, but people were saying that it was bullshit, but I couldn't tell. I never read the books. I also only later found out, because it was so long ago that I watched the movie. I found out it was the same Alex Cross that used to be the Along Came a Spider. Now I remember that one with Morgan Freeman, right? Long ago, man. It's such a distant memory. That was cool. So I'm told it's the same Alex Cross detective. Alex Cross. So yeah, man. What else? Yeah, so there's the Dexter series. Yeah, and Dexter is nice. Concept very simple, very simple. Like a serial killer who kills serial killer. Serial killer. Already you can, it's edgy, but you can still have a moral, it's going after serial killer, not going after regular people, so you can feel, disconnected and still root what you see. And that's that part of everybody kind of feels antisocial in some way. Dysfunctional in some way, so it's kind of oh, he's so mean. One way or another, especially the groups, the social people. Then we got Godzilla Minus One. That was good. That was a nice storyline. But when it gets to the Godzilla stuff, I can actually remember the human story. I remember the guy, he was supposed to be a kamikaze pilot, like a suicide pilot, but he wouldn't do it. And he gets to live, but he's ashamed of himself. Feels like he should have done it. But then he gets his chance. Godzilla comes back. He's skipping some stuff, but I'm sure you've seen it, man. But anyway, it's amazing. The human storyline is good because most of the time in these Godzilla movies, I'm not really interested in the human story, right? But in this one, it was actually captivating. I actually wanted to see this guy was living with this woman who is not his wife. Claims to not love her, but he does. It was just them trying to create something. Everybody trying to create something out of the situation. And then we have Hila. Hila, this is a Korean job. This is a Korean series. Korean series are very, how should I say, very honest, very hard on the sleeve, very hard on the sleeve, romantic type thing. Hila has some good action. It's about this guy. He's like what would you call him? Like a transporter. He's like a handler, or whatever. He does odd jobs. You need your package taken there. But because with Korean shows, there's always it's the brothers. It's the brother of the CEO. Whatever CEOs and the tales of wealth and class and romance bubbling up from friendship and cutesy. The romance is very different from Hollywood type romance. Hollywood type romance is very straight up sex. With these ones, you never even see them kiss. I'm impressed to see a kiss in Korean TV show. The romance is all about emotional build-up, you can say, and the role they won't play, and the cutesy, accident, whatever. It's that kind of thing. Now, whether you like that or not, that's up to you. Let the Right One in 2008. Let the Right One in the 2008. The German version. This kid getting bullied. Moves to this house, it's cold, it's winter. Meets this little girl who apparently lives in that house, and she's a vampire. And in the end, it ends with, the vampire tearing the head off of who is that kid, and then moving together, and then they move away together on the train. The kid is hiding the vampire in a box as they travel to a train, which, in the movie, the way it plays out, it's kind of a poignant ending. Kind of suggests that pattern has repeated itself several times. That's how, maybe she gets kids and then they grow up and their lives taking care of her, feeding her until they die for one reason or another. This one died. Her handler died, but crazy. She acid himself in the face to be recognized. Right? And then she took care of him. But it was out of love. So this man still loved her, even though after all the bullshit and everything. So let's say something with the ends having the kid basically smuggled out by train. Is he the new handler now? Is he going to be this vampire really innocent? How long can this kid do this, and just how does he even justify? Mayor Grom, this is a nice one. Mayor Grom, Chumnoy Doctor, Mayor Grom. Yeah, man, this is apparently this is like a Russian. It's a Russian. It came out in 2021. It's like a comic book, but it's not a superhero, right? And it's very grounded. It's realistic, but he has no superpowers, but it's got this tongue-in-cheekness. I think he came from. He wasn't really. Mayor Grom as a character, I don't think he wasn't a comic book superhero. He was a serial comic feel, like those cartoons like that in the newspapers, just a serious, very short, sarcasm there. So that's where it came from, and he's a hero, and he fights this guy, he's billionaire, instead basically an evil Batman. But this guy is always, it's just he's got his fists and his heart of a hero. Yeah, and he was the name Peacemaker. Ish. Peacemaker is very James Gunn. I guess in the end it's all about his relationship with his father. Yeah, like John Cena's character, Peacemaker is just this stunted guy. He's stunted, he's not wrong. Yeah, over the course of the series, he gets to have friends or whatever. Inside, in between all the James Gunners, James Gunn. And if you're asking what James Gunn is, I don't know, it's John Cena walking around with his underwear with a dildo, and then jumping from the third floor and surviving, and then blowing up this woman using his helmet, his mind helmet, which he just blew people up. And his racist, redneck dad has a broom closet which has a pocket dimension with extraterrestrial level advanced tech. Yeah, James Gunn. And the guy has good vision, but it's just he doesn't grow up, and he's not young enough to be young in a sense, kind of youthness, No, he's at that 13, 14 fart jokes. Like he just hit puberty, like he's stuck in puberty. Yeah. So that's what you get. Ripley, I still haven't watched this. I know it's supposed to be based off what's the show? What's the movie? The Talented Mr. Ripley, right? Matt Damon, but I haven't watched that. I haven't. But I haven't. I watched it. Roadhouse. Yeah, Roadhouse. Connor did great. Connor actually all things considered. But yeah, what else? Rurouni Kenshin. Oh, the Rurouni Kenshin. Kenshin, I thought it's called Samurai X, like Samurai X. I saw it in the anime. I remember. Yeah, I saw it when I was a wee lad, and the anime. So I came to see the movies after I've grown, and boy do they not disappoint. The action, the emotion,